Nerdrotic.com.
First question I have for What If is this post-Kang or pre-Kang? Is there a Kang in this multiverse? We do know that there's a multiverse now. We also know that Kevin Feige started to establish rules for the multiverse after it was created. That's kind of like calling the architect after you started building the house. Yes, I'm in Las Vegas. Yes, the room is echoey, but duty calls. Let's talk about some Disney Marvel. What if Captain America had a woman's head and did everything better? That's what If is. Now, this was one of my favorite comic books as a kid. I remember What If #1, What If Spider-Man was a member of the Fantastic Five, which was technically called What If Spider-Man Joined the Fantastic Four. And there were great comics, a classic, What If Gwen Stacy Had Lived, What If Elektra Had Lived. There was Volume 2 that introduced Spider-Girl. It was a fun series. So what does Kevin Feige and company over at Disney Marvel decide to do with this show, their first animated show that could explore the infinite possibilities within the Marvel Cinematic Universe? They do what they've been doing all along. Deconstruct. So what is What If on the wheel of agenda? It's a little bit of intersectional feminism and a lot of deconstructing gender norms. So gather around, kids. Let's have some fun. Essentially, what if Captain Carter was the first Avenger? Is Captain America the first Avenger condensed down to a half an hour with some noticeable differences, including the hero's journey, everything that led up to Steve Rogers becoming Captain America, which is what makes him Captain America, not the serum. That is well established in the comics and the MCU. Agent Carter is a likable character, and again, in isolation, I probably wouldn't have a problem with this, but this isn't in isolation. This is essentially the same theme we just saw in Black Widow, the same thing we just saw in Loki, the same thing we saw in WandaVision, and of course the Falcon and Winter Soldier, the same thing we're going to see in Hawkeye. I imagine we'll probably see it in Shang-Chi as well.
You know, times are changing. Ladies can do stuff now.
Agent Carter becomes Captain Carter because of one single decision, according to this show. In Captain America, the First Avenger, Dr. Erskine asks Agent Carter to go up to the booth with everyone else, including Colonel Phillips, while they conduct the experiment. In this episode, they have everyone just standing around. Now, they said it was just her decision that changed history, but it was everyone else's decision to not go to the booth. But we don't need to be concerned with little details like that. Why should I? If Marvel isn't, obviously Kang willed it. So the Hydra agent sets off the explosion prior to the experiment. Steve Rogers tries to stop him and gets shot, and that's what leads up to Peggy Carter becoming Captain Carter, and then she is off to experience sexism and beat the crap out of a lot of Nazis. Steve Rogers survives getting shot, and Dr. Erskine is killed in the explosion, or at least I think he is, because they don't bring him up at all after that. Of course, Captain Carter is a better Captain America. She fights better, she's stronger, she's throwing cars around with one hand, and of course, she punches a Nazi in the balls. Other noticeable differences, aside from, again, her being a much more powerful Captain America, and we'll talk about that in a second, is she is able to get the Tesseract back. That's right, she gets the Tesseract back, and Howard Stark constructs an Iron Man suit for Steve Rogers. They go off to kill more Nazis. She's jumping around from plane to plane, flying through the sky with Iron Steve Rogers. There's still a relationship between Captain Carter and Steve Rogers, but those roles have been reversed, and there's still a subplot of a dance in their future, but we all know who's leading it. The Red Skull's still in it, of course, not voiced by Hugo Weaving, and Captain America is not voiced by Chris Evans. Now, somehow the Red Skull is still able to maintain power, although he does not have the Tesseract. Now, it wouldn't be a Disney Plus show without a toxic white male character, and this one is voiced by Bradley Whitford, playing Colonel John Flynn from the Agent Carter Marvel short. We also have Bucky and the Howling Commandos, and yes, almost every character in this show, and this is pretty impressive, is voiced by the people who played them in the films, except for the aforementioned Hugo Weaving and Chris Evans. Now, to one-up Captain America just one more time, yes, Captain Carter saves Bucky. Now, they redo the train scene from Captain America, the First Avenger, with one notable difference. I mean, aside from Captain Carter being superior to Captain America in every single way and saving Bucky, it's Iron Steve Rogers, who supposedly sacrifices himself because the train ended up being a trap. They lose Steve and the Tesseract. Howard Stark, Bucky, and the Howling Commandos, along with Captain Carter, go to stop the Red Skull. They find out Steve Rogers is still alive. They're able to repower the Iron Steve Rogers suit, and the Red Skull is indeed using the Tesseract to open up a portal to bring in a tentacled Hydra eldritch god, which ends up killing him immediately, but no problem. Agent Carter is on the case, and again, because she is a much more powerful Captain America, she is able to push a god, an eldritch god, and all of his or her tentacles back into their dimension. Unfortunately, Agent Carter goes with the god, and Agent Carter reappears 70 years in the future in the place of Loki in the Avengers with Nick Fury and Hawkeye. She is now the first Avenger and a much better Captain America. Now, I don't know what you would need the Avengers for, since Captain Carter showed up where Loki was supposed to, but Kang will work that out somewhere. As far as the quality of the show goes, well, the voice acting, the storytelling, and the animation were pedestrian at best and forgettable at worst, but that might be the best for us. Is it the worst thing that the MCU has put out? Not even in the last few weeks, but that's the thing. It's just another bad show amongst a lot of bad shows and a bad movie. The MCU is a shadow of its former self. Hell, it's become a parody of itself. 2021 is the year we were going to get the most Marvel, and we already have, and I'm wishing we didn't. And what's up with the female head on a male body thing? First we had the Taskmaster, then we had Teela in the Teela show that was called He-Man because Kevin Smith lied, and now we have Captain Carter. I can't decide if this is a trend or some new Hollywood kink. I'm trying to think of better titles than What If Captain Carter was the First Avenger? Maybe What If Captain Carter fought Nazis and sexism? Or what if a male feminist wrote the Captain America origin? Nah, I still think What If Captain America had a female head fits better. So no, I didn't like this show. Hopefully the other ones will be a lot better, but the animation's going to be the same, so I'm not too sure about that. Tell me what you guys thought. I am back to vacation. I will resume making videos when I get back. There will be a Friday Night Tights. Hope you all have a great day, and skip this one. Save yourself a half an hour, or 25 minutes and 10 minutes of credits. See you next time.
Nerdrotic.com. Please subscribe.